All rise. Judge Vanderbeek Court is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1017, Allen case. Judge, both parties have been sworn.
Thank you. Thank you. You all may be seated. Okay, Mrs. Allen or Miss Allen?
It's Mrs. still.
Mrs. Okay. You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, my husband and I have been separated for 5 months.
Okay.
And now I have filed for divorce. He has started seeing someone else, and I would like back pay for our son. He is 12 years old.
Okay. Do you want back pay because he's seeing someone else?
Well, because he is supporting somebody else. He's no longer in our home. Okay. And I would like to have back pay and start paying child support for our son, that he is living with me.
Okay.
All right, folks, let's dive into this courtroom drama. The judge calls the session to order, and Mrs. Allen steps forward to present her case. She explains that she and her husband have been separated for 5 months, and she's now filing for divorce. She reveals that her husband has started seeing someone else and is requesting back pay and child support for their 12-year-old son. The tension is palpable as the judge questions her motives, asking if she's seeking back pay simply because her husband has moved on. Mrs. Allen clarifies that she wants support because her husband is no longer contributing to their household. This case is about more than just money. It's about responsibility, relationships, and the challenges of co-parenting after a separation. Let's see how this unfolds.
I just want to make sure we're not... You want back pay for the child, right? Not necessarily because he's moved on.
Yes.
Okay. Since he left, has he given you any type of support?
Yes.
Okay. How much?
About 600.
600 each month?
Money orders every month, ma'am.
Okay. Money orders? Okay, good. And it looks like you turned those in to me. Okay. So you want child support and back pay?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. And what do you have to say about that?
I don't think I need to give back pay. It's like we just had mentioned. I've been giving her $600 every month in money orders. Plus I take care of the insurance.
Okay. And how much is the insurance exactly?
Insurance is $109.
Okay. And I like that you came prepared with your notes and stuff. You don't see too many people come to court with their documents, so that's good. So about this significant other, do you believe that that's the reason you're being brought to court now?
Yes, completely.
Okay. Is there a story behind that? Like, did they have an argument, a disagreement?
Well, they don't like each other.
I mean, obviously.
Yes. Well, thing is that she's a yoga instructor.
Okay.
And she works, she does her yoga. And the woman I'm seeing now actually is a former student of hers.
Oh, so you know her.
Mrs. Allen lays out her case in detail. She explains that her husband has been giving her $600 a month in money orders and covering their son's health insurance. But she feels this isn't enough. She's seeking back pay and formal child support to ensure their son's needs are completely fulfilled. The judge questions her intentions, questioning if her request is inspired by her husband's new relationship. Mrs. Allen discloses that her husband's new girlfriend is a former student of hers, adding a layer of personal tension to the case. The judge listens carefully, but you can sense the underlying drama as Mrs. Allen's frustration with her husband's new life becomes clear. This portion highlights the emotional and financial stakes, with Mrs. Allen's desperation to secure support conflicting with the judge's skepticism.
Knew her.
You knew her?
Yes.
Were you guys friends?
She was an acquaintance that I'd help her, took her under my wing. She's younger, she's 20 years younger than me.
And you're mad about that?
I'm not happy about it. I mean, wouldn't you be? I mean, what do you expect, you know?
Well, me personally, you know, this has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, this caught me off guard. I do focus myself a lot at work. He's upset, so I'm hardly focusing on him, so I guess that's why he's decided to find somebody else.
She's focused on her work and not on me and her son. And that's the reason why we're having issues now.
Okay. And that's the reason, obviously, why you guys are split and you're with someone else?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Based on your financial documents that you provided, it looks like you own an accounting firm. You make about $85,000 a year?
Correct.
Okay. And health insurance, you said, who covers that?
I do.
How much is that?
$109 a month.
Okay. So what we are going to do is calculate your child support. And the way that it works is whatever the calculation comes out to, if there is a difference, then the back pay would be, what you've already paid would be a credit towards that. So you wouldn't necessarily get the full amount of what the back pay should be. And you shouldn't expect it because he has proof that he's giving you money and you actually agreed that he's been giving you money. So based on your $85,000 a year, I have your gross at $6,974. Net comes out to $5,493.29.
The spouse gets in to defend himself, stating that he's already been providing $600 a month and covering health insurance. He believes this is sufficient and doubts the necessity for back pay. The judge delves deeper, revealing that the husband owns an accounting firm and makes $85 around a year. She explains that based on his income, his child support obligation is more than what he's been paying. The husband is astonished but accepts the judge's calculations. The tension rises as the judge emphasizes that while he's been contributing, he's still short of his legal requirement. This is the heart of the drama, with the judge's noons approach and the husband's growing realization that he'll need to.
And I gave you credit for your medical, the 109 that you carry for the child, and that's for the child only, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I gave you credit for that. So that brings your child support obligation, well, not the full amount, but it's $1,098.60, okay? $1,098.60. And when you multiply that by 5 months, back pay comes out to $5,493, giving you credit for what you've paid. You said $600?
Yes.
Okay, so $600 times 5 for the past 5 months will be $3,000. That's what you get a credit for. So when you apply the credit to the $5,493, it comes out to $2,493 that's remaining for back pay. So the way that we kind of make sure you pay that over time, you want to cover the interest on the amount each month.
The judge gives her ruling. The husband's child support obligation is set at $1,098.60 per month with a back pay amount of $2,493 after crediting the $600 is already paid each month. She explains that he'll need to pay an additional $150 per month in interest until the back pay is resolved. The husband is visibly frustrated, but accepts the ruling. The judge's concluding remarks drive home the significance of satisfying legal obligations, even when personal relationships are strained. This part delivers the resolution, an important takeaway, leaving viewers with a clear understanding of the judge's decision and the financial realities of child support.
So you can do about $149 would be interest if you do like 6% interest every month, which is what the state is entitled to. So about $150 a month would cover the interest, and you would add that to the monthly child support obligation. So that would make your full monthly child support obligation of $1,248.
Okay. But
And once that $2,493 is paid in full, the amount will go back down to the $1,098.60.
Okay, but why do I need to pay back pay?
I mean, I've been giving her money. I think the $600 was sufficient.
Well, technically, it is good that you did give her money, but your child support obligation based on what you make comes out to about $400 more than that. So you were short. Had you been giving her $1,000 a month, it would have probably covered it minus maybe $100 or something like that. But yeah, that's the reason why you have back pay owed. But you did get a credit for the $600 that you did give her for the past 5 months. Okay? Do you all have any other questions? Anything else we need to discuss here today? Okay, well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed. You're welcome.
Now let's break it down from a legal perspective. This case highlights the complexities of child support and back pay, especially when one parent has been contributing informally. The lawyer explains that child support is calculated based on income, and any informal payments are credited toward the total obligation. In this case, the husband's $600 monthly payments were factored into the back pay calculation, reducing the amount he owed. The video ends with a call to action, encouraging viewers to share their tales and subscribe for more insight. This case is a striking reminder of the importance of recognizing legal obligations and obtaining formal agreements to avoid disputes.